What's going on, guys? And today I'm going to be teaching you how to attack in FC24. I'm finally uploading the attacking tutorial and I'm going to teach you without teaching the meta. Now, I want you to be able to attack regardless of the meta because I don't want it to be an instance where EA nerfs the meta and then you just don't know how to play the game anymore. So it's just going to be the basics of the basics and the reason why you can be consistently good no matter what the meta is at the beginning of every FIFA. But anyways, let's not stall anymore and let's get straight into it. In this clip here, it's very important to trigger runs. Triggering runs is the best way to open up a lot of space and also make your opponent be wary of tracking the run and also the player with the ball. So in this case, when we're passing out, we end up triggering our run with our fullback over here, right? We trigger Onabaje on a run, but we don't necessarily pass to her right away. So we take the ball, we dribble it, and then we pass in the middle. As you can see, right, he was tracking the run as soon as we made it the whole time, and we ended up passing it to Forlan. From here, now we have all this open space, right? We were able to pass to Forlan because he wasn't controlling any of his midfielders, and then we were able to make that through pass to Onabaje. Now we're in a very, very good position. From here though, we do a ball roll and we pass it to Forlan. This is a very, very good pass. However, I actually make a mistake here, which is very good for patience. Now, when I say patience, I don't mean hold the ball and pass around the back. I mean patience in terms of let's not rush it and let's not get ahead of ourselves and always look at the best option. Here we pass it and the best option is to pass over here to Giroud. What we end up doing is taking the shot. However, if I were to pass to Giroud and then this De Bruyne would make a run, we would have the extra pass and it become a goal. However, I don't end up doing that. And as you can see, we take the shot here, low probability shot, and it ends up not being a goal. In this clip, we also trigger a run. The person who we trigger the run with is going to be Forlan, right? When we trigger the run with Forlan, as soon as we get the ball with De Bruyne, we play patient, give it to R9, play slow, take a touch here, play it back to Adams, and then when you see the player in this position and making the run, you do L1 triangle to pass the ball to Forlan. We end up sending it through the top, and now Forlan is in a very good position. He's on a breakaway, and then we have a clean and composed finish, and now we're up 1-0 in this game. Very easy to do. All we need to do is play the pass back, trigger the run, and as soon as he's close enough, make sure he's not offside, play the pass, and he'll be on a breakaway every single time, unless your opponent tracks it. However, even if your opponent tracks it, sometimes your player will still be first to the ball. In this clip here, we're very, very patient. Here we get the ball with Forlan, and instead of panicking and passing and spamming it, right, especially off corners, a lot of times what you can do is just run through people's defense. So I end up grabbing the ball and then running through this defense. In this situation, especially on corners, there's always a lot of space here. If your opponent thinks you're going over here into the middle, like the semicircle of the box, he's going to overcommit his players. And because if it's off corners, just like the kickoff glitch, defenses don't work properly. So one cool trick we can do is basically just run in a straight line, which is what we end up doing. And see, his players are very awkward. He should have won this ball, but he doesn't because of the corner thing. And now we have the ball. Now, we're very composed. As soon as we win the ball here, instead of just shooting it, what can we do to make it a better option to guarantee a goal? We take an extra touch over to the side into the finesse shot, and then we guarantee the goal. Us taking that extra touch not only lets us open that opportunity to finesse shot, but because a lot of people move their goalkeeper, it also opens up a lot of space for us to be able to take that shot, and it also lets us know where he's going to move his keeper. If he moves his keeper, you obviously shoot the opposite direction, but you have time to react because you took that extra touch, especially if you have the time. So don't panic when you're in front of the net. You don't have to shoot right away. If you have the time, make sure to take the extra touch to bait the keeper movement, and also make sure that even if they don't move their keeper, you have a good high probability of a chance. You want to make it as close to 100% as possible because we don't want to waste these opportunities. In this clip here, we show the importance of patience. Patience is very, very important, and also the extra pass. We don't want to rush it, and we also want to make sure that we have the highest probability of our shot not getting blocked and also having the highest probability of us scoring. So over here, once we win the ball back, we pass to R9, and instead of just running in a straight line and cutting off our options because most likely he'll sprint at us and tackle with Konate, we actually decide to play it back out. From here, we pass to Giroud, and then Giroud instantly passes it to Lacey Santos. And like I said, look where his Konate is. His Konate went to cover the run as if we were to run in a straight line with R9. Such a simple pass like this opened up all this space, and now Lacey Santos is completely open. We get the ball with Lacey Santos and we blew an easy finesse shot, right? Super simple. She's got finesse shot trait. Very, very good left center mid in my 4-3-2-1 tactics, by the way, if you want one. Very, very good goal, right? Nothing else this guy could have done. And this all happened because we didn't rush the play, right? Making those extra passes and also baiting our opponent because he was forced to react because we could have ran in a straight line with R9. That being said, he overcommitted his center back, and because of that, we were able to play out and then play into the open space. So sometimes playing backwards is actually the best way to attack somebody because it opens up that extra space when our opponent overcommits a player. In this clip, we show the importance of passing, and when I say passing backwards and good patience, this is what I mean. We don't always have to go forward. A lot of times what we want to do is go forward and then try to bait our opponent's defense out a little bit. How do we do this? We take a touch backwards with our strikers and then we play it back to our midfielders and we recycle until a pass is going to be open. So as soon as we get the ball here with Onabaje, we go ahead and pass to Forlan, and instantly we pass it back to De Bruyne because we have no options if we turn with Forlan. Right away, we pass to Adams, and then we pass it back to De Bruyne, then give it back to Adams. By doing this, we let our attackers move into better positions. So when we get the ball here with Adams, we take a touch this way, and he thought we would pass it straight back to De Bruyne. And always, guys, always when you get the ball here, most people will think that you're going to Lacey Santos or think you're going back to this player. And then they don't pay attention to your right center forward in my 4-3-2-1 tactics that will make a run in between the left back and the center back. Now we do a driven pass over here to Forlan, and now we take the touch and we're in between these two players, which is a perfect opportunity to do step overs into the shot, and then we have a very easy and composed goal. In this clip, we show the importance of dragging center backs out of position. Now, how do we make our opponent drag center backs out of position? So to do this, we actually have to take a touch with our striker and make it go backwards so that our opponent thinks that he can get the ball and he keeps going and following and chasing after our striker. Then we play it back, do a quick recycle, and then it'll open up the space for one of our other attackers to have an easy one-on-one. So in this case, we pass it to Lacey Santos, give it to Adams, and then over here, you see this big gap between these two players. We pass it into our striker, which is Giroud, and then from here, we'll pass it to R9. You can already see that his center back here is trying to push up into Giroud, and he's already creating a little bit of space. So with one simple pass to R9, same thing, we take the touch backwards, and look how far he has his center backs out of position. If you still can't see what we're about to do next, the ball is going to get to Forlan, but how are we going to utilize all of this open space? So by giving the ball to Adams, we take an easy touch, taking our time, don't force it, and now we have this open path. We do a driven pass, and now we have the ball in front of the net here with Forlan, and a super simple touch to the side, and a Trivela with his Trivela trait, and there's an easy goal once again. In this clip, we show the importance of playing patient and not forcing the passes. By not forcing the passes, we actually get a very, very easy goal, and we're also patient and make sure that we pass to the right player to avoid getting the pass intercepted. We also kind of bait their center backs forward, which is what actually gives us this extra space to do that. So in this clip here, we get the ball with Forlan, we play Giroud, and we play it back, right? We don't have many options, so we're not going to force it. And we turn around, play it to Adams, and now we're playing it to Lacey Santos. He starts to panic now because we're getting past his midfield line, and then he starts dragging his Bastoni out of position. As he's dragging Bastoni out of position, we decide to play Giroud, and instead of playing it back, which is an option, our opponent thinks we're going to do that as well, so he moves Mendy to intercept it. Now, because it's the most obvious thing to continue going the way we're facing, we end up playing it to Forlan on the right side to secure an easy shot. So by reading our opponent and also by reading how most opponents would react by covering the middle because it's the most dangerous spot to score on the field, we pass it out wide and have an easy shot with Forlan. Simple pass wide and a simple shot, and it's a very, very good goal. And our opponent actually gave us that goal by overcommitting. However, because the middle was so open from him overcommitting his center back, he had to go and defend that, opening up the side pass, which we were patient and we figured that he would move his center back out of the way, and then we passed it to Forlan into an easy finish.